The PUBG Blindspot demo released a few days ago, and we had some time to get a few matches in. So far, it has been incredibly addicting. The Steam store page description reads, Blindspot is a dynamic 5v5 military shooting game, presenting a realistic and fast-paced gunplay like never before in a top-down shooting game. Use real-time shared vision with teammates and a variety of tools to create and execute creative team strategies. That part about shared vision is perhaps the most unique thing about the game, hence the title Blindspot. Every object, wall, obstacle creates a sightline diversion or can give you really long sight tunnels to look down. Depending on what operator you choose will determine what gun you have, and those sight lines or corners will definitely have a huge impact on what guns you pick. The gameplay moment to moment as well as the overall matches is fairly quick. There's very little downtime. The time between rounds is only 30 seconds, so you gotta pick what you're gonna do and go quick. Memorization of the maps is gonna be key. They're kind of a bit generic, few things that stand out, but all the maps kind of blend together, especially with that top-down view. It is a little bit difficult to get your bearings on where things are at exactly at first, but I'm sure with more time, more practice in the individual maps, you'll start to learn what's the likely places enemies are coming in from, what's a good choke point. Just gotta put the work in. The biggest downside of the game has to be the gun control. It might work better on twin sticks as opposed to keyboard and mouse, but aiming down further was definitely harder. The shotgun, mini Uzi, those were pretty controllable in a tight space, one room or one room to another, but trying to engage down a long hallway while the person's running away from you, I missed a lot of shots. Again, could get better with some practice, but it still feels just a little janky. The sounds for the game are spot on. Everything from the quiet footsteps of a person slowly creeping up to the clunk clunk of someone running, metal jingling when someone walks through barbed wire. You can instantly tell where someone's at over across the entire map just by the sound giving them away. Which, with your sightlines being so restricted, oftentimes was the most biggest giveaway as to where people were at. The gadgets were an okay addition. They didn't seem to play the biggest factor in the game. Every operator comes with some kind of gadget. They definitely felt like they add to the game as opposed to being annoying. From barbed wire to the traps, the sensor grenades, gas grenade, sledgehammer, the balance going from one to another. It didn't feel like there was one operator that was better than the rest. Clearly one's designed for attacking or defending, but overall I think a pretty good even add. The overall art design of the game I think should be commended too. They've gone for this sort of League of Legends muted, but you can clearly define what is and isn't different objects, and it works well, especially when you need to know what's going to block your line of sight. It's very readable. Never was I questioning, is this going to be an obstacle? Is this what I have to get around? And the characters pop on screen. You're never going to not see someone because they're blending in. You're just going to not see someone because you can't see them. The absolute worst part of the game has been the queue times. So far in the 2 days, we haven't even been able to queue up for one of the team deathmatches. Everything's been kind of the standard mode. Not terrible. We still got in eventually, but is the player population really that low that we're already struggling to find matches? A little bit concerning there. It is a demo, but I would have thought more people would be interested. Did you happen to get into some of the matches? What was your experience like? Overall, like I said, it was pretty positive for us. We would definitely like to try this out come for release. We are adding PUBG Blindspot to the PUBG channel in the Discord, so all news and updates for the game will be there, coming straight from the developers. Check that out, or check out the entire rest of the Discord. Gaming news and updates. Hundreds of stories, hundreds of updates posted there every single day. Have a good one.